Hi Terry, welcome to your free website review video. So I'll jump straight in. Just want to first say though that hopefully you'll see that from obviously the detail that I go into in this video, that I'm a little bit different than most web designers in that, we don't just design websites and then we disappear. We're always on the lookout on how to improve websites. I'm subscribed to over 50 blogs about the latest web design techniques and developments, designs, technologies, basically anything to do with web design. If something is new, I know about it, usually before most other web designers, just because I've yet to meet somebody who follows as many blogs as myself and actually reads up about my industry. Basically, I do want to be at the top of my game and stay relevant, and I think that's what differs me from most. So anyway, I'll jump straight into it. The first thing we check is the speed of the page. I've already done that and it's fine. It loads in 4 seconds. Classed as good by Google with their Test My Site facility, with a 10% loss of visitors due to the loading time. So this is pretty industry standard really. If we look at the industry average, 3 seconds is what you want to aim for, but 4 seconds isn't a problem. If you do want it speeding up even more, we can help with that. It's not an expensive option to choose, and sometimes it's as little as optimizing the images and things like that. So that's the first thing. So that's a tick really. You don't need to address that. Second thing is SSL security, which you've sorted, which is fine. I'm not sure about the site security in the background, because obviously I don't have access to that. Ideally, if you're on WordPress, which I don't think you are, I've not actually had a look yet. Let me have a quick look. Oh yeah, you are. So you are on WordPress. So ideally, you would want a security plugin installed to prevent hacking. Now, you may think, well, it's never been hacked before, but every single kind of month, hackers are getting cleverer and cleverer, and WordPress websites are sustainable to being hacked more than other websites, just because they're the most common platform now, really. So yeah, that's that issue. That probably does need addressing. I can see you've got a pop-up cookie box. The next thing we talk about is GDPR compliance, which is obviously a legal requirement now. You've got a cookie policy, privacy policy, and a pop-up box. I haven't, again, looked into these, but if you have updated these policies in line with GDPR, then you are obviously good to go. If you haven't, then you do need to get in touch with me so I can help you, become compliant in that area. Next one is the bit that I enjoy the most, and that's the conversion optimization. So, looking at someone's website and giving them ideas on, how to improve the traffic. So I don't know if you follow your analytics and know how many people are visiting the site and where they're coming from, and, getting, the data behind the site is the true kind of figure, that's where if certain elements are working and certain pages are working well, or whether certain pages can be improved. So let me know if you're using Google Analytics. If not, then we can talk about that another time, because that's a totally different ballgame. So the first thing for the conversion optimization is live chat. If you've got a live chat on the website, now it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people can't be bothered monitoring it each day. You don't actually need to do that though. You can have it to set up to answer questions. You can just leave a message. But in this corner here, I'll just show you an example. They have like a chat with us facility here. So you're able to just, ask a question straight away instead of kind of trying to find the frequently asked questions page. Usually with e-commerce, it's usually about shipping, and things like that, or even prices. Some people can't even be bothered looking for prices, or they might be looking for a very specific product. But obviously they can't find it on the website. They'd have to kind of go through all the menus and they can't be bothered. So they're just going to ask a question like, do you have this certain type of colour, or do you have this colour in this size or this colour, because they can't find it, anywhere else. So obviously leave a message facility is very good for increasing conversions. Next one is some social proof. So I always like social proof, kind of showing literally as soon as someone hits on the website, a box that shows how many reviews you've got on whatever platform. So Facebook, Google, Trustpilot. I don't know where you collect your reviews. Let's just have a quick look at your review page. So it looks as if you obviously just write them out yourself, which these are kind of obviously better than nothing, but these are the lowest form of reviews I'd recommend, because obviously anyone can write these reviews. Really you want the reviews on the actual product pages. They're the best e-commerce reviews. I'll also send you a link to another video I did for someone a few days ago for some e-commerce tips, and they are relevant for every e-commerce website. So I'll send you a link to that, and you can obviously have a watch of that if you want to discuss the e-commerce tips. This is just a website review in terms of a 10-point checklist that I've got, but I have got another review which is an e-commerce and hints and tips on how to increase sales there. The next thing is calls to action. So really, on this website, I think you do need to kind of put some of your best-selling products, straight at the top. It doesn't mean that you have to have all this text removed. This could just be made smaller, put to the left here, and you could have like a product carousel for a few different of the best-selling, bestsellers, recently purchased and things like that, and obviously social media reviews as well. So there's that. Lead magnets. Now lead magnets are really, really good, like for collecting email addresses. Some people might like the look of your website, but they can't find what they're looking for. They might just think, oh, well, I'll sign up to their newsletter, or I don't know if you have a newsletter or do email marketing, but if you've got a website, you should be trying to collect email addresses from it every day. This is an example of a lead magnet on Yorkshire Accountancy. So they've got a Boost Your Accounting free bookkeeping software. Join our mailing list to receive a free copy of Cashbook Pro. So when someone puts their email address in, they subscribe, they get obviously a free copy. That's a great lead magnet. Everybody loves something for free. On e-commerce websites, a lot of people say get 20% off your first order by signing up to our newsletter. But I would also have at the bottom here, we do not spam. We do not sell your email address, and we do not spam. We may send you one offer a month and things like that. So obviously you can see how powerful that could be over the course of 12 months when you've collected thousands of email addresses to increase, obviously, future sales for the business. Because if you have got 1,000 email addresses and you bring a new product onto the website, you can then, from the back end of the website, using a free plugin. So these things don't cost a lot of money to achieve, to install in the site. You could send them an email. It doesn't have to be a fancy designed email. It could just be a plain HTML email that you can do yourself, just to say, "Hi guys, hope you've had a great autumn, September, whatever the time of year is. Try and make it relevant. We've got some great new products to the site. Just thought we'd let you know about them." And then obviously you put the link to the new products section on the website. And obviously that's going to drive more traffic, and it is 10 times easier to sell to someone who has already visited your site than to a brand new person. And obviously even better if they have bought from you before. So they're kind of the 3 or 4 basic ones that I would suggest at this stage, and ones that can, if they're all installed on the site and set up, you will see in your analytics and your sales, obviously, which is the main goal, that these things do work, and these things do help you increase not only the visibility of the site in the search engines, but also increases conversions from people visiting the site, and also collecting email addresses for the future of the business, which is, it's gold dust having an email list. It is absolutely incredible. You might even already collect email addresses a different way. You might do it manually. You might have something in the background where it collects the email addresses when someone's made an order, and it goes in. You might have it linked up to an email database without obviously looking at the back end of the site. I can't see that. So if you want to talk about any of those things in more detail, obviously, all you've got to do is send me an email. We can organise a best time to talk. The last thing I would say is video. Now, integrating video into your website. Now, this can be, obviously a hugely daunting area for people because everybody thinks it's ridiculously expensive, and the truth of the matter is now that it's just not. You can use free tools again to create product videos. You don't have to hire professionals. You can, we offer a video service, product videos, whereby you can just send over images and a few kind of captions and USPs and some nice, then we can integrate it with some stock footage, and to make it more visually appealing. People just respond much better to video than they do plain text and images. Obviously, you'd have to get quite creative because obviously cat food, to make videos like cat food, obviously is not going to be incredibly visually appealing. But you could make a video based on, like, the first slide that slides into the video could be about the hypoallergenic super premium formula, and then it has a bit of text on it, but it shows the product in the background, and it shows like a happy picture of a cat, maybe eating your food, and then the bag's next to the bowl and things like that. So you've just got to kind of have a brainstorming session and come up with some ideas for the video. But if you on this page, for instance, if you had all this text here and then a nice large video for someone to watch, they're going to respond much better to that than just plain text. And we can do these videos from £99 to create a video for this page. Obviously, you'd have to have one made for dog food and each kind of animal, so to speak, because then it makes it more relevant. But you can actually use the same, if all this information is the same for each animal, then you can obviously use the same video and then just change out the images to obviously rabbits and change the text to rabbits and things. So hopefully, I am rushing a bit, but it's only because I've only got 15 minutes on these videos. I'll finish off and I'll just point to my blog. If you go to my website, onewebdesignberry.co.uk, visit my blog, and there's loads of free resources on there. I try and create as much free content as possible so people can go away, and if they haven't got, a budget for marketing, you should always put money aside for marketing, obviously, and try and improve month on month. But there's loads of free resources in my blog, so feel free to have a read and obviously check me out. And yeah, if you need any help with anything, please let me know. Cheers, mate.